Okay, this video is on quarterly evaluations. And I will just have to say that this aspect that eventually developed and being part of this, for years I just did this by myself. And I have found it's been a lot more enjoyable doing it with a community of women like you. And so what are the quarterly evaluations? Well, every 3 months, you will have already inserted into your planner resource what you need to do an evaluation on the past 3 months. So this is when you may want to get with your accountability partner. You will definitely have an opportunity to do a Zoom where some of our coaches will be there helping you, walking you through the process, readjusting, reevaluating, never condemning, always evaluating and encouraging. And so what we're trying to encourage you to do is to get into a rhythm, okay? That we've just found that developing rhythms in our life, they become habits, and then habits become a lifestyle. And to those of you that think, Deanna, I'm just not one of those. I can't develop habits. I'm not a disciplined person. I say this, there are things that you do every day. There just are. You may not realize it, but you are. Like, you're doing habits all day long. So what you have to do here is you have to work up to this level of habits. And I'm just going to tell you, I was not a young person, even teenager in my early 20s that had the habit of meeting with the Lord. I kind of was told to do this devotional thing, but no one ever really just encouraged me, taught me, and then kind of worked with me on what to do. So I struggled most of my Christian life because of this. And it wasn't until I actually was given some tools, evaluation tools, that I really started getting this, because I started seeing the benefits of meeting with the Lord every day, putting myself on the pathway of disciplines, and then reaping the benefits of meeting with the Lord in all these different ways, learning how to absorb the truth of the words and seeing them coming out in my doing and my being. So give it time, give it time. This is a process. And I just say that sanctification is a process. Like the rest of my life and the rest of your spiritual life, you will be in process. That's what sanctification is. The process of being pulled away from the things that do not benefit us and make us like Christ, and putting us into the things that do make us like Christ. So this is something you may start feeling. I'm just checking boxes. I'm just checking boxes, Deanna, and I don't want to ever go back to that. That was legalism. I don't want to be legalistic and just read my 3 chapters in prayer and check my boxes. I totally get that. I come from that, and I don't want to encourage that. But there is an element of, at the beginning of this, you have to just say, I'm doing this because this is what it takes to get to the place where I can absorb. I then can just sit and enjoy God, that I'm like, oh my goodness, that way of just keeping myself in the Word. I am meeting the Lord. I am learning. And that's where your tools will be very helpful for you. So this is one of the things I say. Don't get too rigid about, I have to do this every day. I learned to be a little different every day. My personality just needed that. I get bored like after the second time, okay? So I had to keep things fresh. So maybe one day I did a little bit of this, one day a little bit of that. If I had a little bit more time, those are the days I actually tried to do study of the Word. Listen, I'm realistic. I know you have lives out there and you've got stuff to do. But if we can learn to kind of put this in a small little, short little segments, we're building up habits. You'll start reaping the benefit. And I promise you, the Lord does not renege on his promises when he says, if you seek me, you will find me. So quarterly evaluations, we get together. You have some things here. What areas have you seen growth in? We've put out here like the fruits of the Spirit. So you're like, you know what? Okay, like that loving people thing. Yeah, I love the people I love, but I don't love the people I don't love. Well, evaluate that. And maybe that was a focus for you. Because as you make yourself available to letting the word to start affect your thinking, these things automatically start happening because that's the job of the Holy Spirit. I can't make myself have more patience. I can't make myself be more kind without getting frustrated, like I'm going to be real nice to them. I can't make myself do that. I must put myself on the pathway of allowing the Holy Spirit to do that work in me to where I'm not grieving and quenching by always saying no to the things of the Lord and the things that do produce spiritual fruit in my life. So there's questions here. It also helps you. What obstacles did you face? I mean, identify the obstacles. Is the obstacle that you just haven't found the right time? Maybe you started out mornings, but you've realized this is not working. I'm not a morning person. I'll just be honest with you. I have to wait till this old brain wakes up a little bit, okay? Where I've had some coffee, where I've actually done some things around the house. I don't get legalistic about this. That's the thing. I am there to grow spiritually, to enjoy the Lord, and to let Him do the work in me. So you have the quarterly evaluation as well as 2 fresh pages of the spiritual discipline wheels, the doing and the being, where you do the same thing. And then remember, you already did that one time. You can compare those things. You have a clean page for reflections, gratitude, lessons learned, and then you jump into your next 3 months. So I hope you enjoy your quarterly evaluations. Don't dread them. Don't avoid them. Embrace them. Embrace them. I mean, I treat myself. Like I get coffee little stickers. Now I'm a sticker crazed person because all these girls sticker crazed me. And I will put like a big coffee sticker there to remind me, Deanna, you go out and you get you a special coffee and you sit at a coffee place, or you take some special time away. Maybe you go sit down by the lake. Find just a little place. Get with your accountability partner. Make this a special time. And when you know like your Zoom time's coming up, get ready because you're going to be able to meet with so many other women that are doing the same thing as you are. And I promise you, it will encourage you. And you'll be able to celebrate with someone other than yourself.